Hey there traders, this is Steve, Marley the Market Chartist for FX Explained and our regular weekly Macro Watch update for the week commencing the 11th of April 2022. Even more hawkish Fed sends bonds and stocks averages lower. Let's take a look at those macroeconomic and geopolitical developments from the past week. Well, hawkish comments from Lael Brainard of the Fed, usually more of a dove regarding rate hikes and balance sheet normalization, saw bond yields surge last Tuesday, with growth and tech stocks leading US stock averages lower. And then this was affirmed on Wednesday's FOMC meeting minute release, which reinforced a more hawkish threat from the Fed into 2022. The financial markets have continued to be less impacted by the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and despite some atrocities in the wake of the Russian shift away from Kyiv, there's been a lack of any significant escalation. The European Union united with the US in imposing further sanctions on Russia, notably on coal. So let's take a look at the global financial market developments last week ending the 8th of April. Well, as we said, stock averages led lower by the tech sector. Nasdaq in here notably lower last week, having had that solid rebound from the prior 3 weeks. European averages less damaged in here, pretty much unchanged here for the weekly Euro Stoxx 50, just slightly lower on the week, where we saw the actual FTSE actually end up, and the UK average end up on the week. US yields led global yields to higher yield levels in here. It's going to multi-yield highs, highest yield levels here for the US 10-year since 2019. And the US dollar benefited from the higher yield moves in the US dollar surging to new multi-year highs. And then we saw dollar yen back up to the peaks, near the peaks set the previous week. And then also saw the euro looking more vulnerable in here, back down to the early March lows in here for the euro versus the dollar. Commodities remain very much in consolidation in here since those blowout tops were put in place in the beginning of March. But you got a slightly positive tone to that consolidation with the gold future in here. Inside pattern, you'll note though, inside weekly pattern, so very much within consolidation. Oil looks more vulnerable, dipping down to the bottom end of the recent range, back sub $100 after the blowout top from the beginning of March. And in here, having had the breakout to the top side for copper back here through March. Market in here been a little bit more cautious, consolidating, however still looking more positive within the overall consolidation range. Now let's take a look at the week ahead commencing the 11th of April. Well, we're going to closely watch for potential for Ukraine-Russian talks to improve and maybe even for closer to a ceasefire. And we're also monitoring for a possible military escalation in Ukraine. Friday the 15th of April is Easter Good Friday holiday with markets closed in the UK, Europe and the US. And the Monday, just going to looking for into next Monday, Monday the 18th of April is the Easter Monday holiday. Also closed UK and Europe, but the US is open. On the central bank side, the RBNZ, and that's the Reserve Bank of New Zealand, and the BOC, the Bank of Canada, interest rate decisions and statements both come on Wednesday. And then we get the ECB, the European Central Bank interest rate decision statement and press conference Thursday. And there are various Fed speakers throughout the week. On the data front, we get Chinese CPI on Monday the 11th, UK GDP, manufacturing and industrial production also. Tuesday the 12th brings the UK employment report, German CPI and ZEW survey alongside US CPI. Those CPI data that we get this week, particularly the US CPI, is going to be probably the most important data from the week. We get that RBNZ interest rate decision and statement on Wednesday with the UK inflation data, including the CPI data, also Wednesday. US PPI and then that Bank of Canada interest rate decision comes Wednesday too. On Thursday the 14th, we get the Australian employment report, that ECB interest rate decision statement and press conference, and then US retail sales. And remember, Good Friday holiday on next Friday the 15th. Markets closed in Europe, UK, Europe, and the US. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Stay safe out there. And if you like what you're seeing here on the Macro Watch, please do hit that like button. And also don't forget to follow us on our YouTube channel. And I'll be back with you with another Macro Watch next week. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained Macro Watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.